Hello, Mississippians. Rosalind Grace here from the Mississippi Club. Welcome to episode 2 of From the Pages of Meet My Mississippi. Meet My Mississippi is an illustrated book by Patricia Neely Dorsey. This book is both educational and entertaining. If you don't already have a copy, you can find it on Amazon at any time. Today, I'm going to be talking about Eudora Welty's home state, and specifically her hometown of Jackson, Mississippi. Now, Miss Welty traveled to many places, including abroad, but she made Jackson, Mississippi her home for her entire life. I'm just going to read to you what Patricia Neely Dorsey has written about Eudora Welty. Eudora Welty, 1909 to 2001. One of the most acclaimed writers of the 20th century, lived in this house for 76 years. The house was built by Welty's parents, Christian and Christina Welty, in 1925. Eudora Welty wrote all of her major works here. That is amazing. She traveled to many places, but she chose to live in this house in Jackson, Mississippi. Now, I don't know if this is considered to be one of Welty's major works, but I absolutely love this book. And it's a book of short stories, and it does include a lot of her, what I would consider to be major works. But I love short stories, and Eudora Welty was a master of the short story. This is her collected stories. It's the collected stories of Eudora Welty. And I ordered this book a few years ago because I wanted to have some of Miss Welty's work in my library. And I just love it. I really do. And I always take it with me whenever I go on any road trips. You know, if I have time to do some reading, or I just want to relax and, you know, take my mind off of things, I can always grab this book. And there's always a short story, you know, that can be read pretty quickly. So that's what I love about short stories, you know. And you have really got to be a good writer to write a good short story. And Eudora Welty was a great writer. Now, this is a book that Eudora Welty earned the Pulitzer Prize for. Wow. Just think of that. Just think of how great you have to be to earn such a prize. And she is a product of Jackson, Mississippi. Yes. In addition to exploring some of Eudora Welty's writings, I also discovered that she was a great photographer. I was just blown away by some of her photographs. They are absolutely wonderful. And she captured a lot of the life of the African American community. And it's just wonderful. I mean, I was just blown away. That's all I can say. Some might already know this, but Eudora Welty was an avid gardener. The home that she lived in had this wonderful, and still does have, this wonderful garden that was started by her mother, actually, Christina Welty. And Eudora grew to love the garden also, and she maintained it, you know, until she passed away. And although I've never been there, from all that I've read and all that I've seen, you know, in videos, the garden is lovely, very lovely. And this is a little something that was said on their website. The Welty Garden provides a parade of bloom all year long, even in the winter months. Its historical design boldly mixes annuals, perennials, and bulbs in borders, not beds, creating distinct rooms to enjoy. That sounds wonderful, yes. And what an honor to go to the place that this wonderful writer, you know, once lived. You know, she spent her life there. She wrote all of these wonderful works there. Oh man, come on. You gotta go. So, Jackson was the lifelong home of this wonderful writer, photographer, and gardener named Eudora Welty. What an honor. What an honor for Mississippi and for Jackson. Yes. Now, Jackson is also known for some other things other than the home of Eudora Welty. And for one, it is the state capital, Jackson, yes. And did you know that they have a new state capitol building? And there's the old state capitol building, which is actually, I believe, more of a museum now. But it is just wonderful. You know, they both are. When you go there, you can't help but feel, you know, all of the power and the decisions, you know, that have been made there. So if you do go to Jackson and you have the chance, do go by both of the Capitol buildings. Also, Jackson is the home of the Mississippi Civil Rights Museum, and Jackson has a wonderful zoo, the Jackson Zoo, and they also have this wonderful museum, the Mississippi Museum of Art, and it is great. I did get a chance to visit the museum when I was in Jackson. That was one of the places that I did know about, and it is wonderful. So now, Jackson having a population of, let's see here, 153,000 plus, you know, according to the 2020 census. So they have over 153,000 people in Jackson. So they have a lot to offer, you know, lots of places to eat, drink, and be merry, and lots of nice places to stay, you know, hotels, and lots of things to sightsee, you know. So, and if you want to, you know, learn more about the things that are going on in Jackson, you can check out the visitjackson.com website. Now, I just want to mention that one of the places, one of the restaurants that I would love to visit the next time I'm in Jackson is the Pig and Pint. Yes. From what I can tell on social media, the food looks fantastic. And I want to try one of their barbecue tacos. Yes. And I want to try one of those specialty beverages, you know, that they talk about on social media sometimes. So yes, the next time I'm in Jackson, I am going to absolutely check out the Pig and Pint. Yes. Before I close, I want to put the focus back on Eudora Welty, who was a great lady with a great eye and a great mind to see and to know what most will miss or cannot express. Just from what I've read in these stories in this little book, lets me know that Miss Welty knew human nature for what it was. Yes, she did. And before she died in 2001, she donated her home and gardens to the Mississippi Department of Archives and History. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. I want to say thank you, Miss Welty, for all that you left behind for us to enjoy. Thank you. This book is such an inspiration to learn more about the great state of Mississippi. Patricia Neely Dorsey has laid out a great path for learning about some of the greatest people, places, and events in Mississippi. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to explore the next page. Yes. So until then, stay tuned for the next episode of From the Pages of Meet My Mississippi.